This video is a compilation of all the lessons I've learned from doing almost 20 to 30 interviews with different companies from the last 3 months. I ultimately got a few offers, and I hope with these practical tips, you can get your offer too. Number 1, the job search is a bit like doing sales. It's honestly about getting lots and lots of leads, especially if you're early on in your career. You can't get too picky. Right now, the job market's very hot, so if recruiters are hitting you up, take the call. Practice your interviewing skills, practice your presentation skills. It really doesn't hurt because practice makes perfect. So the company saw your resume, they like your application, you're gonna have the first recruiter call. How do you ace that? So the first thing I do is research the company, their goals, maybe what their culture is, what the team looks like. Basically, try to understand everything under the sun, and most importantly, read the job description. When you've read the job description, you can tailor your whole interview to hitting all of the points in that description. Maybe they're looking for someone with marketing chops or someone who has really good visual design skills. You want to know exactly what they're looking for and tailor your story to that. So one of the first questions they will ask with 100% certainty is they're going to ask, so tell me about yourself. This is an opportunity why you are the right person for this job. The best way to answer this question for me is to use the present, past, and future approach. Currently, I'm working at X company doing X things, and this is an opportunity to include, some of the things to work on that align with the job description. I'm working on design systems. I'm, working on our brand guideline. In the past, maybe you've done a lot of different jobs, especially for people who transition to product design. Don't mention everything. Talk about the things that are relevant. So for example, when I was talking to companies in the creator economy, I'd mentioned that, I was a filmmaker myself. I worked at a talent agency. Make it sound like your past is setting you up for success for this job. And then after you talk about your past, you say, looking forward into the future, I'm really excited about combining my passion for design with Web3, with fintech, with healthcare. Make it seem that this is the perfect opportunity for you because all of your past and present experiences are setting you up for success for this role. The next tip is research every single person you're talking to, because when you jump on that call, there might be one tiny opportunity to mention that, hey, we went to the same school. Hey, I noticed you studied X in college. So did I. Hey, I saw you worked at this company. Really big fan of that product. Anything to establish a bit of commonality between you and that person is going to create a more genuine connection. Practice answering the common questions that they always ask in product design interviews. So you can go on Google, look it up. Make sure you have bullet points of how you will answer each question, because believe me, they'll ask those questions at some point and you want to be prepared. You don't want to be thinking about it on the spot, which I've done many times. And it's fine, but preparation is truly the key to succeeding in these interviews. Some of the popular questions they like to ask are, tell me about a time you had a conflict. What was a time that you A/B tested something? Tell me about a time you worked with a PM or engineer. So essentially, they want to know that you are a well-rounded product designer, that you're really good at collaborating, that you're really great at communicating. When you answer these stories, a lot of people say to use the STAR method, which is the situation was, the task, the action, and the result. So usually, the first screener call is pretty straightforward. But the next round is typically with some designers or PMs. And this is where you have to present your portfolio most of the time. The cardinal rule is do not show your portfolio on the website. You want to make a presentation because this is a much better way to control the experience for the audience and control what you're saying. So what I did this time that was new compared to the first time I interviewed was that I used FIGMA for my presentations. There are so many benefits with this. One of the biggest benefits was that I can make copies of each presentation tailored for each company. So what I'd recommend is creating a master version in FIGMA, and then for each new company, you want to make a copy and basically tailor it to what they might want to see. Maybe a B2B company wants to look at how you did research and how you solved complex infrastructural problems. For a B2C company, you might want to show your visual design chops. Another added benefit of making your presentation in FIGMA is that it gives you an opportunity to practice using Figma and mastering the tools. One approach that will make you stand out from the rest is using what Ramit Sethi calls the briefcase method. What the briefcase method looks like is that after some friendly chit-chat in the beginning, you tell them like you've done some research about the business, their problems, and then show them or talk about some things you could do in the first 30 to 60 days. For a product or UX designer, what this could look like is browse their product or looked at their website and maybe picked one thing that you could solve for them and basically show a quick presentation of what you could do to address this problem. And you basically say, hey, can I show you something I've worked on over the weekend? And basically walk them through the solution that you made for them. This is a golden opportunity to show them how you would solve a problem in their industry, in their problem space. Because one of the big issues with portfolio reviews is that not all of our projects really align with the space we're trying to build in. If I've never worked in crypto, how am I going to show that I have this passion and domain knowledge for this space? So the briefcase method is perfect for product designers if you really want to do the extra work. Now, at the end of each interview, they're going to open it up to questions. And you really want to use this as an opportunity to suss the company out. Really depends on what you are looking for, but really make sure you use this opportunity to interview them. Make sure this company is the right fit for you. So one question I pretty much ask in every single job interview, usually around the end of that interview, is to ask, if I were to be recruited, what would you want me to do in the first 6 months? This utilizes the principle from Robert Cialdini's book called Influence, which is the principle of commitment. When you ask the interviewer to answer that question of what would you be working on in the first 6 months, it helps them visualize you working at that company and indirectly makes them commit to you as a potential candidate. This is really powerful because they're going to answer, oh, you could be working on the design system, on this or that, and you're making them already commit to this future vision that you're already working there. It's very powerful, and I highly suggest you ask that question. So lastly, all the interviews are over, you've wrapped everything up. Always send a thank you email to the hiring managers or the recruiters or both, because it just shows your passion and commitment to this opportunity. And I will finish with this point. You won't always be in love with every single company you talk to, but every single interview is an amazing opportunity to practice your social skills, your communication, presentation skills, and the ability to answer hard questions on the spot. Even though you're not into the company, these are skills that will be timeless and will help you in your career in the long term. So always take those interviews, practice, even though it's painful, it can sometimes be exhausting. And of course, take care of your mental health and take cold showers before interviews. Cold showers really put you in a really sharp, high energy mood. I wish I took a cold shower before filming this. So guys, I hope you liked this video. If you found it valuable, I would really appreciate it if you could hit like and subscribe for the algorithms. I'll see you next time with some more content. Bye-bye.